Good evening, everyone. Am I audible?
Audible, sir.
Great, great.
Great, sir.
Good evening, good evening. How are you all?
Fine, sir. Fine.
Thank you, thank you. Thank you for joining this webinar, and really it means a lot for us. You have given your time and your valuable time for us. Thanks a lot for that. So we'll just now start our webinar. So first of all, this webinar is for completely understanding the outsourcing of our costing department, how we can leverage our costing processes and costing departments works for our better working and better productivity, how we can do that. So today we are going to discuss all these things in detail. So let's start on this discussion. And before I proceed, let me just give you this opportunity for all of you. If you have any point in between, please feel free to ask any questions during this. And it's always a basically a kind of a conversation type of things. It's not just that I'll be speaking only and you will be listening only. Please feel free to share and participate and give your thought process for any of the points, whatever you feel like. So you are always welcome for that. So today we are going to discuss about why we are going to do what is outsourcing. Okay. How this outsourcing things is relevant for costing and MIS particularly. Okay. Then type of companies that can outsource, which functions can be outsourced. Confidentiality is one of the very, very important things. As you all know that in the costing industry, confidentiality is one of the very, very vital things. So that also we'll understand. Then we'll understand what are the benefits if we outsource our processes, approach, and commercials. So these are the things we are going to cover in just quickly today, so that after that, if you have any questions, you can always ask. So during the slides also, if you have any questions, please feel free to ask, and post that also you can always ask to me. Okay. Now, we just understand what is outsourcing. Nowadays, there is no need to explain what exactly is the business process outsourcing, what is outsourcing. So we all are very, very familiar with all the business processes being outsourced to the different agencies who are experts and professional in those area. So if you just remember the days at some point of time, if someone is saying, I'm going to outsource my account receivable or accounts payable function to my other party or outsourcing agency. But at that point of time, we thought that how can I outsource my AR and AP operations, because AR and AP operations are such a critical operations. It has to be done in-house only. But nowadays, if you see, almost all the big and small medium companies have outsourced their AR AP operations. So like that, one thing that is basically the MIS and costing. So we always think that MIS and costing is one of the very, very sensitive and key to the management kind of a requirement and all. Okay. So can we outsource that or not? So this is something we need to talk and we need to ask ourselves if we can outsource all such things. Can we outsource our costing and MIS department as well fully? If the answer is, what are the things I am going to expect from the team with whom I am going to outsource, that questions we can build and we can get answers to those questions. If that answers are good enough, we can always think of outsourcing that. So in this particular slide, I'm not going to talk that yes, we can do outsourcing or not. I'm just giving a thought process that if I can outsource all my critical business processes for my company, I'm just putting a thought to it. can I outsource my costing and MIS department as well? Can I? So this slide is just for you to raise that question in your mind. Yes, can we outsource or not? Right? So if I see costing will be part of my back office outsourcing only, it is not something for the front office, because front office is something related to outsiders. Now, how this outsourcing is relevant for us, right? So the previous slide and these slides are more or less related to each other. So if you see, we have discussed about the outsourcing. So outsourcing things are important if the department who is dealing with the outsourcing can get the data and can give the input or can give the output directly to the management. If we can represent that department, then yes, outsourcing can be a good option, right? Is there any questions from anyone?
Not at the moment. I mean, we can
Okay.
take it up further.
Okay. So before I proceed further, let me just give you a short introduction, because as of now, I have introduced the concept of outsourcing and costing and MIS. Before I go further, let me introduce myself to all of you. So basically, I'm into this costing and finance industry of SAP for last almost 25 years now. And myself, I'm a chartered accountant, and I'm in this profession, as I told, for many years now. Based on my experience of working in this industry for a long time, I have seen that there is a very high need is there in this particular area of costing, where we found that there are a lot of turnouts are there. My senior people are always struggling to get those required informations. Many times people are not doing these things in a right way. All these things basically done in Excel and all. And even though we implemented SAP and all, still the processes what we should have running for the costing processes are not run in SAP, for the sake of maybe not availability of the right skilled sets and all. So these all things I have been seeing based on my working and knowledge and work, experience of working with many companies. So this is one of the reason where I found that yes, this is one area where we can contribute for the benefit of our management and the organization as a whole. So this is a brief about me and about the reason why I'm going to launch this kind of facility for our business. Now, so this is one slide where we can understand what is this costing department focus on tracking and analyzing the controlling steps, data processing and entry of the data, standard cost maintenance, variance cost analysis, budget support, cost reduction. So these are some of the points where the costing departments work, and costing departments basically this is what are the activities of a costing department, broad activities. I'm not saying these are the only activities, these are the broad activities. If we have seen the costing department, we can always understand, yes, these activities are very much relevant for the costing department. I'm not going into the nitty-gritties of these activities. If you would like me to explain any particular activity in detail, I can still go to that. But these are some of the high-level activities: data processing, standard cost maintenance, variance analysis, budgetary controls, cost reductions, and all. Are we clear on these high-level activities of a costing department? Anyone can add any other activity if I missed someone. Please feel free to add your views and give your views if I missed any key or important activities? Okay, so I think majority of the activities are covered in this slide. Now, that is what basically the costing department, and this is basically, so we can use this term of costing and MIS as a synonym, but yeah, if you see, the costing is basically to calculate the cost, and MIS is basically to report that cost for different type of reports in MIS, management information system. So report generation, data consolidation, system maintenance and support type of things, and analytics of that real-time data what we captured as a part of the costing things. So these are the basic functions of MIS department. So in the previous slide, you must have seen the basically more of a calculation part, and this slide is more of a presentation part to the management. So all these activities, once we capture and once we assign to the respective things, it can work in a seamless way. Now, then we need to understand which type of companies can outsource their costing and MIS processes. Maybe, for example, manufacturing companies, retail companies, FMCG companies, pharmaceutical company, automotive industry, any large and medium, or you can say small companies also can easily outsource their costing functions, because if that functions is a kind of a consuming the more of a like a manpower, of a skilled manpower, and we are not able to hire them or retain them in a particular way, then yes, we can always go for outsourcing things. So these are some of the other examples of outsourcing, which company can be outsourced, like IT companies, right? Shared service centers. Now, which functions within the costing and MIS are typically outsourced? So these are some of the functions. For example, the costing maintenance, inventory valuation, cost sheet preparation, variance analysis, activity-based costing reports. So these are the options or functions of a costing department, and presenting that in the same of as we have presented in that. So these are some of the key functions which we can typically outsource to the agency where we want to get more and more of a benefit for that particular functions. So I'm again giving a 10-second to 15-second pause if anyone would like to add anything, if I missed something, because always there are n number of activities and I have covered only the broad activities. So in detail, all these activities are listed otherwise. So if anyone would like to add anything, please feel free to do that. Okay. Now, the other thing is basically the confidentiality. So as we understand, the costing data is one of the sensitive data for a company. It can basically uh, make or break kind of things, that if the data goes outside the organization. So we have a very strong policy of confidentiality, wherein we always go with a NDA, plus all the processes are internally audited and monitored, and very well role-based access are there to our team as well. And all our infrastructures are very secured, because we have already gone through the ISO 9001 and 2015 audit also. So all these things are taken care absolutely with 0% slippage risk. So we do not have that kind of a, like a, you can say, scope to have a single chance of any slippage of anything on that. So these are some of the tightly controlled processes, and I myself, as a chartered accountant, I understand the real risk involved if the data is getting leaked outside the organization. So what is the impact is very well understood by us. Any questions on this confidentiality part? Anyone would like to add any of their observations? before I move further? Okay. Now, for any work, we first have to understand and evaluate what is the benefits if I do that activity, right? So these are the benefits if we do the outsourcing of our costing department to a professional company, right? So cost efficiency, yes. If we have to hire a team for that, then we have to groom, train, retain, etc., etc. But if we go for outsourcing, then we do not have to do anything like that. We can agree on a price, and based on that price, we can get the services of that outsourcing company, right? Then we have the experts for that work, which is assigned to that particular agency. Then that agency has to focus on those core activities only, right? Whatever has been agreed for, so that there is no question of any training or anything to that, and that will not be under the ownership or headache for the management or the organization. Then if we are growing and if we are growing fast, then we can always go and scale our team of the company. Yes, we can always get for that. No need to go for hiring and etc. Right? And we have a very fast turnaround time because we work completely for that particular roles and responsibilities. So whatever the timelines agreed for a particular work, report, process, etc., will be delivered in that, right? And once we agree for a process, if there are 4 plants, 10 plants, 5 plants, like that, so that process will be followed in a standardized way, no matter what. And if there is a need to change the process, that will be discussed and agree with the management, and then only that process can be altered or changed. Otherwise, the process will be standardized, and we always keep the possibility of practical challenges and difficulties, if any. And it is not that if the process is standardized 100%, it will be done. We always keep the practical angle into the picture rather than just working like a robot. So since we are from the business background, so we always appreciate and prioritize the need of the business more than anything else. And then the technology we are using is basically to help our different organizations to do that things easy for them. So are these benefits are clearly explained and understood by all of you? Or you have any questions if some points are not clear to you? Under the technology things, one of the most important thing is that SAP, because nowadays, if you see, there are many companies who are using SAP as their ERP platform, and to get and to retain their SAP resources on the costing side is very challenging. So that's why we are launching this kind of a facility for our organizations and for our companies. Is it clear? Please feel free to add, because I am just seeing that I am the only person who is talking here. You can always add or maybe discuss also with me, or you can also argue with me if you are not accepting any of my points or statements towards this. Okay. Now, what is our approach if we want to go for outsourcing the complete costing and MIS process of a company. Okay. So first we will list the entire services which is being performed by different team assigned to that, right? Based on that, we list and take the things like relevant task which we can add in that, right? Then for each of the selected tasks, we'll finalize the key points. For example, if you see here, the frequency, the dependency, the stakeholder, the knowledge transfer, and escalation metrics if that inputs is not available for that particular task. All these things will create for each and every line items what we are going to deliver and what we are asked to deliver. Then we work for that and get all the required format and everything for that. And let me tell you, in our team, we have all qualified people available for you, okay, with minimum qualification of like a CA, cost accountant and everything, and plus with SAP costing knowledge is must for them. And they will be having a business understanding about the processes, what they are going to understand from you. You do not have to teach them ABC. They are well-learned people. They will take up their things and you just have to tell that, yes, we are doing this 1, 2, 3, 4 things, and they will not going to ask you in detail. Because already if something is being there as a standard, they have to understand that and they are understanding it. You just have to tell them in your own language. And most important thing is that you do not have to provide us any workstation or anything in your company, or you do not have to bother for any of these things. You just have to focus on the requirement and your delivery and requirement will be served to you as per the agreed timeline and agreed methodology for that. So because we work on a online model, so the entire work we will be doing right from our office and we'll deliver it to your desk. No need to worry for anything on that. Is this approach clear to all of us? If this approach is clear and till this slide, if everything is okay, can we get a yes in the chat box? If this chat box is visible to all of you, or you can put anything in the chat box. Can I get some response in the chat box so that I can understand, yes, whatever I am explaining is clear to all of you?
Sharat, till now it's clear. Let us go for the other slides. If there is anything, I can come up.
Yeah, sure. So this is what the commercials. So this is a kind of a tentative commercials I have applied here. So whatever the salary budget we fix for a costing team, we would like to charge only 50% of that. And this is what figure we have given, and we can always discuss and understand and agree for that. So this is just a estimated figure. Please don't understand that this is the final number. Depending on the time and kind of a work involved, we can always be flexible for that. And for this, we are giving you 1 month of trial support. Okay. In that 1 month of trial support, you can always tell us that, yes, these are the things, these are the process, these are the kind of things we are doing. And if you feel confident and maybe 50% satisfied with our activity, you can try for that activity, maybe for 1 month on a paid basis, if you want to do that. If not, then after 1 month, you can always say, Sarat, this is not workable for us and we are not going to continue for that. So this is what a facility we are giving to all our participants and all our organizations for that. And during that working, it may so happen that something is not configured by the implementation partner in the SAP system and something we want to develop. For those also, we have a team who can go and develop those kind of things or implement those kind of things. But for those developments and implementation, after assessing that work, we can tell you that this much of additional amount is required for that. If it is not available in our existing system of SAP system or our costing system. So that we will share and deliver it you on a transparent basis. So this is what we as a team would like to engage with you and work with you. Any questions on this slide?
Sharat, I just have one example on this model. As you said that if there is any development or new implementation, that it will be taken under CR, right?
Correct, correct.
Assume that there is an organization, they have implemented for various reasons, they have parked this costing purpose, costing branch itself. Now, how do you take this or how do you take this kind of projects
See,
and
if
how do you take it as an outsourcing
yeah,
front?
yeah. So we will assess that entire things if they are if the entire processes are in place and we just need to start using it, then there is no extra charges or extra CR for that. Let me tell you that for the first month, whatever be the process, okay, always you can see that out of 100, 50% or 40% is still there as a part of the standard SAP system. So
Right.
first, our activity or our roles and responsibilities to start leveraging that 40 to 50% processes for the business. We'll not focus on that what is not configured or not available as a 50%. So first, we will be focusing on those 40, 50%. I'm just be very, very pessimistic saying 40, 50%. I'm sure if the SAP is implemented, then the processes may be 60, 70, 80% also, but being pessimistic, I'm saying 40, 50%. Please don't take it otherwise. So whatever the process is there, we want to leverage and start using it for the business purpose. Instead of
Okay.
saying ki it is not there, that is not there. So then you automatically get that confidence, yes. And for doing that, if see, our role is not to make any configuration change because we are being deployed as a substitute of your costing department with skilled knowledge on SAP costing things. So we are basically a substitute of your costing department. So we are not supposed to do any configuration change in your system. With available settings, we will work for you. Is that answer your question?
Yes, but sometime we can discuss offline a little granular on this. But yes, you have answered the question.
Definitely. Okay. So if you would like to apply for that and if you'd like to avail our these services, you can always fill these things as a kind of a inquiry, and you can always get our team connect with you, and we'll again have a one-to-one discussion with the interested team members, and we can understand and we can deliberate how it can be taken for the next level of discussion. So if you feel that yes, these processes can be tried out for you and things like that, please feel free to connect with us and we can give you all possible help for that. Ashokji, you are saying yes. Ashokji, you have any questions? You or your thumbs up means you are willing to try this option for your company. If you can unmute and tell. Ashokji? Okay. Now, see, I do not have much of things to really add here, because see, the kind of my intentions are very clear. My intentions is to help the costing department instead of doing lot of things manually or lot of people to hire, groom, train. My intention is just to help our organization and get rid of all these pains and problems and help them in that kind of things. So this is my simple and honest intention. And if I have like cleared my thoughts and intentions to all of you. That's great. Or if anywhere, if you feel that I would be more you would like to get more clarity on that, please feel free to ask here. I'm just switching off the screens. Yeah. Is there anything I can help on that for the entire these things?
So, Sharat, so again, let me come to your first page of your PPT. It was about BPO, right? Why this BPO has taken birth? If I talk as in a CIO desk, it's my OPEX point of view. Even though my team is capable to do, still OPEX point of view and responsibility and just helping hand. That is the reason the BPO has taken birth. Now, if I take an
Correct.
example, now my team is there where we have implemented, we have trained an end user. He is capable to do this day-to-day activity, I mean month and activities and stuff, whatever it is. Why I
Correct.
should why I should knock Infocost door for an outsource when my end user means and again the core is about cost. I mean OPEX point of view. What is my which is hitting my book. So why I should knock Infocost door on for outsourcing when my end user can do? Because let us assume a company has settled in costing front. It's just an activity. If you just help me out,
Sure,
why
sure.
I
Very,
should
very,
knock?
very,
Yeah.
very good question. Very good question. See, if you know that there are, let's say, 10 activities and your costing team is capable enough to handle those 10 activities and they are doing also. But when it comes to doing the analysis or comes to doing the activities by knowing the region of that activity and see, many a times you must have been seen that team who have been trained to do those activities, they are doing these activities without knowing the head and tail or region for that activity. They have been asked to do that activity and they are doing that activity. If you ask them, Acha, why you are doing this activity? No, it has been told to us and it is SOP and we are doing it. Now, these are the questions or these are the answers we get. Now, if the region of that activity is known to the team who is doing that, then that instead of doing that activity, they will focus more on analyzing the data. So I'm saying whatever the costing team is available for you, you do not have to say that, okay, from now onwards, you are going out of the company and now I'm adding someone from that outside agency on that. So if they are more equipped with the right quality of data. Okay, nowadays we have just made that costing team to prepare and prepare and prepare. So see, the benefit of the costing team or the output of a costing is not just to create the data, but to analyze the data. So that creation task is basically I am giving it to the expert who is more expert in doing that, and I'm doing that activity of creating the data, but I do not have that knowledge of analyzing the data for you, for your business. That analysis part should be done by your costing team, but the creation part should be done by the expert who is doing the data. That's why you may come and knock the door of Infocost.
Thank you, Sharat.
Am I clear? Or am I able to answer your question?
Yes, but again, we stand on the commercial front because when my team is able to do on the lower uh, on my on my already we have invested on them, we have done, but how does Infocast? Of course, you are coming, you are hitting me on the right thing. Yes, your expertise you are doing. But again, the question comes, why I'm asking is that I'm connected to few customers. I was just asking if that customer come in that way, what would be your or our approach to check out on this
Correct, correct. So
uh,
that's a very,
on the
very fair
costing
point.
front?
That's
Yep.
a very, very fair point. See, from that point of view, if you see, there is always a value proposition is there. Okay,
Mm.
if I'm asking you 1 rupees, then for that 1 rupees, if I am not able to show value of 1 rupees, then you will not give me 1 rupees,
Right.
right? If I can show you value proposition for 1 lakh rupees, then you can always give me 1 lakh rupees. This depends on the value proposition, what we can come and showcase to you.
Yes.
So
What-
it is a simple question, value proposition. If the value proposition is there, then you can spend. You can
Right.
try to spend. If not, then you do not have to. So that depends when you take the discussion, when you enter into the discussion, and if you feel that this is a option we can explore, then you can go and explore that option, right? Nowadays also when we want to buy something from Amazon, Flipkart, we scroll that and we find a right buy or right option for that, even though that is not immediately required for us, right? So we always explore that options, and when we select that option and keep it in the like our kitty or the box where we want to buy, depends if it is relevant for us or if it is a value proposition is there or not. Simple. So you have to spend only if you find a value for that. Am I clear? Any other questions? I feel all the points are answered appropriately, or I am unable to mute Ashok. 1 minute, Ashok. Ask to unmute, or I'll make him as a co-host. Ashok, now can you mute? Unmute? Just try. I have made you co-host. Ashokji, can you just unmute yourself? I have uh, uh, made you a co-host now. Hello?
Hello.
Hello? Ashokji, can you unmute yourself? One second. Okay, now can you try? I have make you as a host only now. Or can you ask your question in the chat box, Ashokji? One second, give me one more try. I think there is some other issues, maybe. Or Ashokji, you can chat, put your question on the chat box. I have no questions at this stage. Okay, fine. If you have any questions, please feel free to put in the WhatsApp group, or you have our mail ID. You can always send your questions to our mail ID or WhatsApp also. Thank you. Thank you, Ashokji. Thanks a lot.